Hey guys, what's going on? Final Boss here, and today we got a great hog cycle deck. It's 2.8 elixir. All the top hog users in the game right now are currently running this game. It's I'll probably end up reverting back to my hog lightning deck to finish off the season. I'm not really sure. I really enjoy using the princess, but really the thing here with the archers is the same cost, but they're not able to get logged. I really like the princess a lot. It's one of my probably the log and the princess are obviously my two favorite legendary cards currently right now. I just need that log to come into the shop one time. But the funny thing is this guy Kickass. He was over in our clan earlier, and he was coming in to get coached up and ask a little bit of our help and assistance to help him push. He ended up leaving, and he ended up using Rebel's deck, and he was battling with this. So I thought this would be an interesting a matchup here. But here's the thing, guys. Once I saw that he had the Knight, and I knew that everything was going on, he's using the variation that I was using, so I felt very confident that I was going to be able to win, just because of the sheer elixir cost. So right there, we just kind of hit the hog away just for a hot minute to let those little baby Larrys get in there and get some hits, so we were able to fend off his attack. Actually, at this point, I did believe that I had him in elixir, but now looking back, I see that I was completely wrong. But him using 6 elixir to fend off 4, I was able to catch back up almost the same amount. So guys, the thing about the Fireball versus the Lightning 2, especially in this deck, you're able to cycle a lot faster. The only really downfall here is on the Inferno. So essentially you have to make positive elixir trades, and you're going to have to be able to kind of just outcycle him as well and catch him off guard off of a big push and really get back into it there. So got that in there. He only got one hit in with this hog, and now we got kind of what it looks like to be a counter push, trying to squeeze in a hog real quick since we got the mega going on, to see what we can do, see if we can catch him broke. If I was him at that point, I probably would not put down the Ice Spirit, but I guess that's a good call because he was able still to stop the push. But I know at this point that I do have him broke. So essentially, you really just want to build up all of your elixir and then kind of defend the best you can and then counter push. That is really all you're going to do. But yeah, so we're just kind of building up a slow push here, trying to see if we can bait out his Inferno, see if we can do anything like that. But we got everything kind of piled up in here, and he puts down his Ice Golem. I'm not sure why he did not put down his Inferno. That was a little on the awkward sides, but we're just slowly chipping away at his tower. I'm not sure now that I'm looking at this that this is actually played correctly. But yeah, this essentially though, I mean, this deck cycles so fast, guys, that you're able to be able to chip away in there. At this point, looking at 15 seconds, the only thing I need to do is send a couple logs in and a Fireball and just defend. Not much else I'm going to have to sit here and do. But this was relatively easy, guys. I beat Golem decks with this. I beat the Giant Bowler decks with this. I beat almost every different variation just in a short amount of time with this deck. So this deck is a lot of fun. I wasn't sure how much results I was going to get. I did lose to one Royal Giant deck with using it, and I believe I didn't take too many losses on this. I don't even think I lost to a bait deck that I played earlier either. So the most popular bait deck that everybody's using is, the Princess and everything with that. So I kind of played through that. I'm working on getting you guys a few some challenge wins. To see if we can come up with some different challenges. I was having a lot of fun yesterday playing with the tornado. That is a lot. It's a lot of fun. I just don't know if the elixir cost is actually worth it. Was not able to get a 12 win with that. So back to back to what my old rule was there. He who uses the lightning first loses first. So we went ahead and just pushed the other lane there since he has archers. I do that pretty frequently. If he has a bunch of troops or an ice wizard or a bowler, I'm gonna push the other lane pretty hard. Just kind of throw him off, break up his push, so that you're not sitting here fighting off the whole bulk. Because you do have to realize that you do only have a tombstone. Tombstone is probably one of the heaviest used defensive building currently in the game right now. It's pretty crazy that this card that went from never being used to now it is completely being used. So I kind of wonder if maybe like if the tornado, if they put it down to a 2 elixir cost, I think it's going to be a very viable card that you're going to be able to use. And it's going to just terrorize folks. If they do that, then that's going to be the deal as well. I really feel like the wizard's going to be have a cost reduction probably down to 4 and probably in the next update. I'm not 100% on that, but I've been feeling that way for a while, especially with the high amount of usage with all the bait decks. So at this point, Adam has just given up here on that one tower. Said, okay, you know what? I need to get a whole push on here if he's going to take a tower. That log was hit in the middle section of his body, so I actually pushed him back. And as you guys can see, that the ice golem will actually push back the regular golem a little bit. He's a buffy little fella for 2. So I really honestly still believe that the Ice Golem is one of the best cards in the game. I think obviously the Log is one of the best cards in the game. I love the cheap cycle decks. I think they're a lot of fun, and they are some of the best that you should have in your deck. So he wasn't able to get his whole entire push here, so we were able to defend off, keep enough pressure, and kind of was breaking up everything, not really letting him get a big push in the beginning, just by keeping the pressure on. So so he gives me an angry face, I give him the sad face, and we give him the thumbs up. But I understand the frustration, but guess what, man? I don't have any sympathy for you if you're going to be using a golem beatdown meta deck. I feel like these are just outplayed, and honestly, most of the time I beat them generally with whatever hog deck I'm using. It's just applying the pressure, pushing opposite lanes, not letting them get a big huge push, on one side, and then just trying to play correctly. So I mean, just on the opposite side, you guys want to focus on trying to put together your big push if you're in the opposite side, and maybe you have to do what Adam does and just, go on ahead and lose the tower. Now, I have lost that way too, where I took an early tower, then his golem was going down. That was a bad log. That one little skeleton there was able to push him back long enough just so that log can just be a little late. So I see people also using that. It's kind of funny. It's like the giant guys always take a look at what the hog guys are doing, and then whatever, they just take out the hog and then they put in the giant. It seems pretty it's pretty funny. So maybe that could be something kind of cool, and you could use Ice Golem, use the same deck with giant. I guess that's that wouldn't still be, I believe, under 3 elixir costs, but it's too slow. It's not my play style. And that's why you guys never see too many videos with me with Giant. I like fast, speedy gameplay. That's why I like the fast, speedy decks. And that's kind of more up my level, my kind of jam. So I know that Golem was going to be able to take on all of that. Had to distract over there. So we had cycled fast enough to get back to another tombstone. We're just able to just throw down cards left and right, guys. Kind of the concept here. With this deck and how to use it. I mean, and that is the glory of a fast cycle deck. I have to drink a lot of water whenever I do these videos. My mouth gets dry, gotta keep talking. So, of course, whenever you guys see a golem being dropped, you want to push practically everything you got down the other lane. He was smart about that, and he dropped down when he had max elixir. So I'm just going to sit here and ignore the Mega Minion. I think the Mega Minion, what does he get? 2 hits on if you leave him uncontested, or 3? 2. Okay. So Ice Golem is an awesome distraction. We were able to get some hits in here, and we do not want the explosion damage of the golem going on. So that is why the log is a great thing to just kind of push out there to give it an extra second. So I really want to get you guys a 12-win victory with the tornado. I have figured out how to pull the Royal Giant after you lose a tower off of your other tower and put them onto the King Tower. It's really cool. So if you see how the lanes are kind of curving around, you actually put it almost in the corner and just at the tip, just barely pulling the Royal Giant all the way into the corner. So if you see the little L shape there, so that's a little tip. I can maybe do a little video, a little tutorial session on how to to use the tornado, but like I said, it's more situational, more of a desperation card, more like, oh crap, I messed up, I need to pull him away. Or it's also great against a hog. So yeah, we're gonna go on ahead and put this one on ×2 speeds. I just wanted to highlight a Royal Giant combo on here because only having a tombstone, one would be left with the question. Well, this is my lightning deck. Okay, I forgot. This is when I'd switched. This is one of my last ones I'd switched over to. So we'll just go on ahead and reminisce on this one. Yeah. So this is my deck. This is my bread and butter deck. This is probably the deck that I'm going to end up switching back to at the end of the season. I don't know what I'm going to end up with. I typically end up going on tilt when I start using multiple different decks towards the end of the season. So I like to go back to this deck right here. But still, I can still play the other deck very similar to this one. I do feel like against a deck like this, I think that's maybe why I put it in there. I think against a deck like this is kind of the one that I don't think I lost to a Royal Giant one like this. I think it was lost to a Royal Giant Lightning earlier. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been having too many problems with the Royal Giant. I mean, I might drop a game here and there to it, but really, I mean, like the win ratio against the Royal Giant is it's very easy. I still don't think it's that great of a card. Everyone's like, well, it's overpowered, it's overpowered. It's only overpowered if you're using decks with no defenses, and that's why Royal Giant has came back. So I talked about that in that last video. So I thought that was the other deck. But like I said, I think I only lost, using this deck, I only lost maybe 2 games out of a handful, and I was able to push to top 100 global earlier today. So, so I've been playing on a little bit more challenges here lately, trying to come up with some different decks, doing different little reviews and stuff like that. I was playing with a tornado. I wasn't able to get remotely close to 12. But maybe I'll come and put together and put a little highlight clips. I've been seeing like a few other YouTubers, well, actually I've only seen like Pong do his little tornado clips, but it's just really clips that he's using. It's also situational. So it's another card. Graveyard's being highly used in challenges right now, like highly used right now. That's probably one of the most popular cards. So. And by the way, if you guys want a good Lava Hound deck, I was having an absolute blast with this deck. This was a lot of fun. It's pretty expensive, especially for my taste. But I hadn't had that much fun with a Lava Hound deck in a while. I typically don't think they're not that much fun for me. I don't know, but I was having a good time with this one, especially when you get the Lava Hound on there and you put down the Graveyard before it pops, if you can do that. But it's so expensive, it's really hard to get, whatever you need to do to get down there, because you're throwing out arrows, maybe throwing out a fireball, and arrows, and then you're trying to get the Graveyard in there, and now everybody's carrying 3 spells. But I was still able to get a 9 win out of that one as well. Probably could have got to a 10 because I had a phone call. I'm not sure, but that sucks. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll have a couple more coming out here shortly. I'm going to try to get some challenge wins up there for you guys, because I know a lot of people are wanting some of those, and we'll just try to break some of this up a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.